That is what we are discussing is that is f open and f close function. These two are very important one. The syntax is that, as I already said, f open will be having two arguments. That is, what are those? The very first one is a path of the file, whatever you created, that you need to mention. The other one is the mode you need to specify. That should be assigned to the pointer whatever you declared, that is file a string, that is file pointer whatever you declared, that you need to use. And here path refers to the where actually you created the file, that you need to mention, namely like this one under C drive or under D drive colon, that you need to mention, or in the desktop if you created that path you need to mention. Mode refers to there are three modes. One is read mode, write mode, the other one is append mode. We'll discuss the read mode, that is, it is represented as like only R. Here there is some condition with respect to this mode. The file should exist here. File should exist, then only you can able to use this one, then only you can able to read the information from that file. If not, you'll be getting the error saying that file doesn't exist, that you need to check. The condition is that under the read mode, it permits you to perform only the read operation. The file should exist. And whereas the second mode is write mode, that is indicated with the W. Here there is no constraints here in this case, no constraints, no conditions also. If file exists, then the file pointer will be pointing into the beginning of the file. If it doesn't exist, if the file doesn't exist, then it is not going to show any error, provided the no need that file will be created automatically. File will be created automatically. But here that is not the case. Under the read mode, you need to remember file should exist, file should be created, then only you can go for read operation, otherwise you'll be getting the error. In the write mode, there is no constraints that there is no conditions that the file has to be created or file should be there. If file exists, that the file pointer will be pointing the very beginning of the line of your file. If not, it is going to create one more new file. And the third one is the append mode, that is get indicated with the letter A. Here sometimes the data will be get lost here in this write mode, but here that is not the case. Again, here also the same as that of the write mode, no constraints, no conditions here. But here append, here the pointer will be pointing at the end of the data of your file, but here the beginning of this one. This is the meaning here. But whereas here in the case of read mode, there should exist a file. Here no need. If not, if file exists means it is going to perform operation on that one. If not, it will be get created in both the modes. But that is not the case with the read mode. There are two types of files. That is, one is called as a text file. The other one is called binary file. One is called as text file, the second one is called as binary file. Text file is nothing but where it is going to consist of only the textual information, nothing but a collection of ASCII value. Whenever the pointer is going to return anything, means that is nothing but it returns the ASCII value of the character, that is the textual information. Namely, that is, for example, which are all the things you are going to consider as a text file means .txt, that is notepad file or word file or your C program, C++ program, all are considered as text file. But that is human understandable form, that is considered as a text file. Machine understandable form is that is zeros and ones. The collection of zeros and ones is referred as binary file, that is the extension is usually .exe and .bin. These two are the files we'll be working with. That is further along, apart from this one, f open and f close, if you have created two pointers, then you need to close both the pointers. If you have created some n number of like some 5 to 6 pointers or some 7 pointers or some 10 pointers, 5 pointers, then each time you need to close that one. So what you need to remember is, instead of f close of fp1, f close of fp2, fp3, instead of doing like that one, you can able to reduce your length of the program. Just write f close all. But here remember, no need to pass any arguments here in this case. Then what it does, automatically all pointers, all files will be closed. This you need to remember. This is for only more number of pointers, more number of file pointers if you have created, then you need to use this one, f close all. But provided if it is only hardly like 1 or 2 minutes, then f close of that particular file pointer name is sufficient. Once again I'll tell you, f close and f open, that is what are the operations you need to perform on file. The very first thing is that you need to create a file, that is you need to open a file. You can perform the access operation like read or write, and finally you need to close a file. In order to open a file, you need to remember this syntax, that is path. You need to mention the location where actually the file has been created, that is under the C drive or under the D drive or on desktop, that you need to mention the complete path along with the extension you need to mention. And both the things should be, this is a string and this is a character, but even then you need to enclose both the things in double quotes only. Both should be get separated by comma. Here the mode can be, as I already said, any one of these three, that is read mode, write mode and append mode. For read mode there is a condition that the file should exist. For write and append, no need. If file exists, they are going to perform operation on that one. If file doesn't exist, then automatically the file will be get created. That you need to remember here. This read, write, append mode is for text file. And you may have a question that for binary file, what are all the modes you will be writing is, that is you will be writing like RB, WB and AB. Read, write, append, B refers to binary. That you need to remember. Let me explain a simple program for this one. How to create. All file related things will be defined in stdio.h only, and after this one the main function. And here how to create a file pointer, that is it should be in uppercase only. FP refers to file pointer, and here after creating a file pointer you need to use this one, that is you need to open a file to check whether it is there any error or that file exists or not, that you need to check. Here I will be giving like student.txt, that is the complete path. Just here I have written the file name, that should not be done. The complete path you need to give, and I will be opening in read mode. I need to check whether this is opened properly or not. For that reason go for if statement. If p equal to end of file, if fp is equal to end of file, sorry I forgot to explain about end of file. That is whenever you use this one end of file, that is nothing but when you use fgetC function, this is character input function. fgetC is a character input function. And the return type of this fgetC is, that is the meaning of this one is character input function, getting a character from the file. When it is required to read or write character by character, then I will be using this fgetC. And on success, what it does means, on success it is going to return ASCII value. On success it returns ASCII value. On failure, what it returns means, it returns end of file. That is end of file means the user has to explicitly press the Ctrl Z or Ctrl D. Then it is considered as some microprocessor, that is preprocessor macro expansion, that is -1. If it is -1, then that indicates that there is an error in opening a file. If not means, then file is opened under read mode. That you need to check. In this way you need to check. There is end of file when it comes means, here you can able to read the content, or you can able to write the content to a file character by character, or this one string by string, that and all you can able to do. In order to use character by, that is in order to read character by character, you need to use fgetC. This is character input function, getting a character from the file. That is on success it returns ASCII value of the character, and on failure it returns end of file. End of file when it comes means, that is hope you remember in case of scanf, that is while reading the string, when it encounters this place, that is the end of the file. And in the same case here also, after inputting some 2 lines or 3 lines using this one through the keyboard, if the user presses like Ctrl D or Ctrl Z, then that indicates end of file. That is nothing but -1. That is a preprocessor constant, that is -1. This is the indication. Here in this case it is going to check with this one. If the file has been created by the user after providing a specific path in this as an first argument, it is going to check. If not, if it is equal to end of file means, then there is an opening in error, else the file is opened under read mode. In that way you need to check.